Morning, everyone. Oh, I'm in the middle of trying to repair a DS. Thank God Lee's here. Ever changed the top screen on a DS? I think I might have just done it. It is fiddly as anything. I did it and then turned the thing on and it turned on and off. So I've changed the bottom board as well. Has it worked? I'm going through all these confirmation settings. Although the woman, it was something I'd sold absolutely fine when it was tested, and went to pack it last night and turned it on, and there was I don't think that is working. No, it's no top screen. Oh man, just white. So I was working on it all last night, and it's just fiddly. So it's a bit of a pain. But all good practice. I'm not going to continue with this. I've got 2 DSs in bits on my desk. But I need to do some listing and need to do some talking. So hopefully you can all hear me. Let me know if the sound is good. Hello, Damien. Now I'm going to put my neck on the line. I'm going to talk about, I want to hear all about hitching. Bitching and hitching is what I've heard. No, I'm only joking, of course. Although I do want to talk about the reseller conference. Because obviously, with the power of Facebook, by the power of Facebook, it is out there about what the guys were trying to do. So what I'd like is, what would you like to get from a reseller conference? What would make a good one? Let me know. Hi, Lee. Good to see you. Peter Stride. Are you back on it? Did you manage to get to a boot fair? I know you were trying to get to Hounslow, but it was chucking it down. I'm freezing. I'm absolutely freezing. What's the blooming temperature in here? I don't have the heating on for me, and I should do. Let's have a look at the old Bosch app. All very technical, you know, since our boiler blew up. 13 degrees. Oh my God. There should be some employment law about this. I'm sure there is. Yes, you too. Saturday, Sunday. Fiddly. We want to do another. Anyway, the woman, I messaged her yesterday and said, I'm just packing your thing. I've got dead pixels, or, you know, top screens. Knackered. Didn't say that. Sent her a picture. Let me know what you want to do. She's messaged me back this morning. That's fine. These things happen. Oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus, Lord, baby Jesus. She said, you cancel the order if you want. So I've got a bit of time. Hi, Di. Diddly Ice Guy. Morning from West Wales. Lovely. I love Wales. Went to one of the first holidays me and Liz had was in Wales. We went to sleep in this lovely cottage in this valley, completely forgotten where it was, near some slate mines. Woke up in the morning, the valley had flooded and we saw dead sheep being washed away. Wonderful times. Probably damaged ribbon cable. Yeah, the old wrap it around and stick it through a metal tube that goes through a metal plastic tube. Well, who knows what's wrong with it? Who knows? Hi, JJ. Retail summits. Come on. Let me know. Let me know what you would like. Obviously, there's been a lot of opinion about it and all that jazz. I don't really socialise a lot on Facebook. I don't really socialise a lot anyway, which is probably why you didn't see me in Hitchin. No, I would have gone, but we've got a lot going on here. We've got a new dog, you know. Yeah, let me know what you think. I had a chat with, I was chatting it over with a couple of other resellers last night. And in principle, cut through all of it, all the obvious slating of it that it's going to get. But in principle, you could have people, and these haven't come from my brain. This has come from someone else's brain. I won't mention him because he may not want to be mentioned. But you could have, things like suppliers in there, bubble wrap and packing supplies, PayPal. Could do that, couldn't you? You could. What else could you have? What other people could you get in? Let me know. Let me know what you think. I'm very interested. Shabmeister. Have I missed anyone? Let me know if I missed anyone. What's this? It's also packed with Phil. Got 54 orders to fulfill today. Well done, Phil. Nice one. God, I'm absolutely freezing. Hi, Richard. I don't think the UK is ready for it. The thought of someone making money works in the US. Yeah, that was my thought. If I was going to go, and I don't really like these things anyway, it just reminds me of being at work and going to some god awful conference up in London, and it's all a jolly, really. But it's a jolly if it's free at work. It's not a jolly if you're paying 50 quid. But it would have to be for, if I was someone who wanted to sort of do £200,000 turnover on eBay, and was that driven, I might go if there was someone who does, £200,000 on eBay. We got a dog in here. Hello. Come say hello. Come on. No, he's gone. Come on. You might get a view of him. Oh, if I get rid of that. His bum. But the people on there were doing less than, well, they I don't know their exact numbers, obviously, but I think I was doing a lot more than most of them, I would have thought. There's some interesting people on there, though. I've always, all those guys on there, very interesting. There seems to be a lot of good YouTubers, really. So I don't know whether it's more about influence, possibly. I find, and I mentioned it last week, definitely people who inspire me are normally the local people. And, in terms of, and I won't necessarily want to do what they do. It's quite easy, really, eBay. If you want to earn lots of money, you just got to work really, really hard at it. But not everyone wants to do that. Let me know your thoughts. I want everyone to have a thought. I've put my neck on the line here. I've got a 1989 £2 coin in my change. I've got loads of those. I think it's when the £2 coin originally came out, it wasn't double metal. I think it had some sort of cross symbol on it with 1989. I've got a whole load of them. They're in a bag somewhere. Are they worth loads of money? I would love to see some 6-figure resellers. Well, apparently, Rummage Around is a 6-figure reseller. That's 1000.00. I'm only joking. Good times. Hello. Is that? I'm looking at that little icon there. I think it's James. Sir James. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Hope you're new, fresh and well this morning. You look like you've got a hat on there. What was your old channel called? Reselling James? Something like that. 6-figure resellers, eh? Well, look in the mirror, Lee, surely. I sold 6 action figures. Well done. James has survived. Only just. What's he been up to? Like I say, I've been very dog orientated and just busy. Here we go, JJ. In principle, it's a good idea. However, charging £50 for it is it is terrible, especially for what is being offered. That's obviously irked a lot of people, and it's always going to, isn't it? Because of how it's seen. But definitely, I think there is scope for it. It's always going to cost a bit of money, but really, to start with, to do the first one and make it a success and draw people in, I'd maybe cover costs and maybe a bit for your time, but I wouldn't look at it as a money making exercise. But it's a tricky one. I don't know how much, conference centres cost or whatever, but resellers, and this again is words out of someone else's mouth. We are a tight bunch, and it's it's like getting blood out of a stone, getting 50 quid out of a reseller. Not even being organised by a reseller. I think it was organised by Chelly Pete's missus, but I might be wrong on that, so I don't really know. But any other goss from Hitchin? Anyone? I heard rumours of everyone going to a club. Is there gossip out there? Back safe and sound. My first video on my new channel since the rebrand. So that, I'm assuming, is Times with JR. It's a new channel. I will go off right now, and I want everyone else to do this. Hit the subscribe. Times with JR. Sounds like something out of Dallas. Let's have a look at this. 622 subscribers. He's up and running already. Welcome to my world. Welcome to the first video on my channel. So what's this video all about? This is my first van life adventure. Look at that epic long picture, whatever you call that. Lovely. That looks like Richard. Nice life is in there. Right, where's the sub button? Oh, I've done it. I've hit it already. There's a video. Let's hit the like. I'll watch it later. I could put it on now for an hour. That'd be quite good, wouldn't it? Everyone do it. Tom P, good to see you. Shell Staruna. Did you go to Hitchin, Shell? What do you think of the reseller conference? Come on, you lay it on the line, won't you? You'll tell it like it is. Summit. Here we go. There's going to be a lot of bad information getting shared. I prefer to hear my myths and legends from eBay. Yeah. I kind of thought, best way of doing it is to get a load of resellers together and go for a curry. Maybe get your local resellers, go for a curry, or do what Nick does and get everyone down the pub. It's got to have a unique selling point, hasn't it? And I think that's got to be really good resellers. And it is also the sort of thing that probably will only appeal to people new to reselling. I might be wrong in that. There'll obviously be a few people. If you had someone going along, I've done £1 million on eBay. I'm going to tell you all my secrets, my suppliers and everything. Right, here we go, Damien. I like the idea of a conference, but I think the price point is wrong for it being the first one. Yeah, definitely. 10, 20 quid, cup of coffee. Like I said, I don't know how much it costs. Needs to be run at cost this year. Yeah, make it awesome and create the FOMO. Yeah, I'm kind of I couldn't disagree with any of that. And then people say it was really good. It's like that. Was it 4 in a bed on the telly? It was only 20 quid. I would have paid 30. Or whatever. Yeah. Andy, I'd rather be happy being in control of my own time than work myself to death trying to earn a ton of money. Yeah, well, this is the case that everyone's different. I've not earned a lot of money recently. I think I've got to start. Yeah, I've got to do some. How much is a ticket? Yeah, I'll get you one for 60, Shell. Like I say, it's the agency fees. I don't think I can drink £50 worth of coffee. I was hoping Bovril would be an option. It did say hot drinks. Does that include cup of soups? Who knows? Will it still go ahead? We will see. He's watched this space. I've come on here with the hot news. I'm actually relevant for like an hour. It's quite good, isn't it? I'd give it a good go. What are you talking about? The conference? What are you talking about? Right, who else have we got? Leanne. Yes, Leanne, the voice of reason. What do you think? I think £50 covers the venue hire, lunch and free drinks, plus they're paying expenses to the speakers. Possibly, that could be right. There could be, obviously some money. I don't know. I don't know the cost. Obviously, they're not going to lay that all out. It may be how much these things cost. Got really no idea. But I think to resellers, you do kind of balk at that kind of money when you can just go down the pub. I mean, when I went up to Hitchin a few years back, I don't think Nick and Andrea asked for any money, but I went up there and gave me, I think they were doing a charity thing anyway. I gave them 20 quid. Just because, it felt right. I spoke to Chatty Pete. No one has a clue. The poster has been leaked out by some salty. Well, I don't know. I'm a little bit out of the loop on this one because I think the meet up in Hitchin, I think it was whizzing around there, but I wasn't in Hitchin, so I can't really say for sure. So if he posts, which is a draft, then this is feed. I've spoken to Chatty Pete. Well, it's all a bit nuts, isn't it? It's all a bit crazy. I mean, there hasn't been this kind of like furore in the reselling world since they brought out YouTube members. Brilliant. Right. It depends on how many people attend, Leanne. 10 people turn up, maybe, but 100 tickets at 50 quid covers more than just the cost of the venue. Yeah. A really tricky one. Yeah. I think what they did in the States was they got bookings before they ordered the venue, which seems a sensible way of doing it. Float the idea out. We're looking to book. We're going to set the price point at 20 quid. We're only going to go ahead if we can get 100 or 50 or whatever, If I was a cynic, I might think you can make more money telling people how to be a success rather than just doing the work. You may have a point there. Yes, it's very true. And obviously some people will be coming at things from that angle. I don't for any moment doubt that some people have sat down and thought it's a way of making money. Definitely. But of course, YouTube is a way of making money. Training or whatever, conferencing is a way of making money. And everybody was, thrifters and people who do eBay are probably looking at all different channels of making money. But, it's... I would have done the first one at cost. Fair enough, they want to make money out of it, but you gotta prove yourself first, haven't you? You've got to prove it's going to be good. Yes, if you just subscribe to this brilliant channel. Yeah, it looks good. On these cold, dreary, freezing cold 30-degree mornings, we need to see some mountainous, with James and Richard and the other guy, who I'm not too sure who that is. I used to attend quilt sewing seminars, conferences, and paid for tickets. They attracted huge audience. Of course, yeah, they will do, yeah. Yeah. And definitely if, I imagine you would have gone to one, you go, oh, yeah, that speaker. Yeah. I can see why we go there. Sophie SB Reselling Co. was at an eBay event talking to an eBay rep, and he was telling her to put the NA in item specifics. You talk to one person, you get one answer, talk to another. Yeah, I said it was a big no-no. Yeah. You can't believe anything, can you? All you can do is, well, I took them all out. I don't know. They're asked from their bloody elbow. UK Reseller Group. I've left negative. All good talking price points when no one knows overheads. Yeah. Perhaps we should ring up the Derby conference hall and see how much it costs. Then we'd know, wouldn't we? Then we'd have some actual name. Bovril, yes, Bovril. So what aspects are true then? I don't really know. I could hazard a guess. Richard is right that poster came out before it was supposed to, I think, because I don't think all of the speakers had confirmed, because I think Ricky Resells and Kieran and John Brum Reseller have said they're not doing it. But obviously that poster would have it may have come out, but you can't. The blame lies at the people who originally put that together. I mean, originally it would have been put together, I guess, by the people who were arranging it, and yeah, and maybe maybe Richard's right. It was sent to someone who was going to attend and then didn't. But maybe it shouldn't have been sent out to that. Maybe it should have been kept tighter. Who knows? Depends on what you take away from a meetup. If it improves your sales, then it's money well spent. Depends on your level of experience. Yeah, a lot of people are saying this. I don't think you'd get, if people have been reselling for a year or two or more, they wouldn't go. I like going to meetups to just meet people. A lot of the time, last thing you want to talk about is reselling. Just want to take the piss out of each other, really. That's about the size of it. Pete Retro. Good to see you, Pete. Stop to say hi. He's off to the post office. No more from me. Thanks, Pete. See you later. Get the popcorn out. Oh, come on, Gary. Let me know what your thoughts are. Empty your brain. Would you go? What would you like to see from a conference? Let me know. A guy who leaked it. Don't say who it is. God sake, I don't want to get in trouble. I want to see who turn up. This. Okay. Oh, dear. Well, it's all got a bit messy, hasn't it? It's all got a bit messy. Different answers from different people on eBay. Well, just, keep active on eBay. Keep looking at your listings. Keep tinkering with them. Putting on new stuff at a reasonable price, or, a good price. Right, what were you cringing watch at? Fix it. And that's the problem with the summit. On Instagram, for example, you hear resellers that do this. Oh, if anyone says do this, don't follow it with the blinkers on, for God's sake. I need a shave. Look at me. Look at the state of me. I'm like Brian Blessed. Night's life. Right. I suppose. Oh, look, there's more and more comments. I love it. What is he? Limelight Vinty. It's one thing talking to people on YouTube, but completely different doing live speaking. I can see why some people don't want to do it. I used to be live speaking, gas on for days. Yeah, but you got to know your stuff. Got to know your onions, haven't you? Yeah. People obviously do want to. It is a moneymaker, there's no doubt. I mean, I'd love to not monetize. I'd love to do membership on my channel. When that came out, I thought, membership. And I think I would have talked about it in here, but I was like, no, I'm not big enough on the channel. I don't put enough effort into my YouTube. You may have noticed I really don't put enough effort. It's terrible. I've got a video from the 1st of January, talking about returns. It hasn't gone on yet. It's got to be good. James knows about this. I've talked to him about doing stuff, and he said, I'll be interested, but it's got to be good. I was like, Morning, Ian. Good to see you. I'm a little bit lost. No, they were on the poster, and Rummage was on the poster. Kieran, but I think since through Facebook or whatever, they've made it. They've said that they're not going to do it, and it's all on that UK reseller group, which I joined 6 years ago, and I've never really looked at, apart from when something like this happens. It's like, ooh, you get the popcorn out, as Gary said. I love a good meetup, but not £50. Yes, that's probably most people's first thought. Yeah, Richard. Yeah, I don't doubt you for a second. Gone. I think it's an absolute joke. I like everyone who's involved. This is absolutely true. I've got respect for all of those guys. You know, Chaddy. I haven't got a clue who I am, but I've been, looking at Chaddy Pete on Insta for ages. I remember people going on about him years ago. George is George. Been watching a lot of Ricky lately, and Kieran's. I mean, Kieran is ambitious. Who else was on it? Oh, John. I love John from Resellers. Dave was on there as well. I was watching him the other day. There's a few I don't watch, which I will check out actually. Ian was on there, Master of Pieces, and of course he's a part-time reseller. So whether they were sort of doing, that seemed a bit strange to me. But maybe they were doing some full-time resellers and some if you want to do it part-time. I've got no idea. Like I say, it's all gone a bit tits up because it's come out early. I guess. I bet they're not happy. They're probably not happy I'm talking about it, but it's just interesting to get people's views. And my thought was, well, it's out there already, so have a chat about it. Happy Monday. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. Don't know if we're doing any listing. Just want to hear what you've got to think about it all. I like every name on there, but they've sold themselves down the river. Yeah, it's a dangerous one. Definitely a dangerous one. You almost know what the reaction is going to be in the reseller community, I think, especially with that £50. I think even if it had been free, people would have got the arse. But yeah, interesting. It's a reselling community can be a bit of a bitchy old place. You're not going to get anything listed opening this can. I love opening cans of worms. I thought, maybe I should avoid talking about it, but I was like, no, not. It's already on Facebook. What I really wanted to know was what people would want from a conference, and like I say, I had a couple of ideas from a couple of other resellers I was talking to, and they were like, yeah, suppliers, maybe a fix it corner with Lee. How about that? No, we're not doing it. Yeah, I'll do some listing. Going back to the SB reselling vid. Oh, I don't know about this. I think that was one of the people I'm not. I didn't really know. Let's have a look. I thought I knew her, and I didn't. I've seen the name. I was getting her mixed up with another one. SB reselling. I can't see it now. SB reselling. Oh, there we go. SB reselling company. Who is she? Let's have a look. SB reselling. Oh, it is who I thought it was. So was SB reselling on it as well? Because she's new. She was on one of the nightly chats with me and Nick and Derek. Interesting. Fun as drama is, yeah, it's like a soap opera. Like a soap opera. Leave that group. It's all. I don't look at it. Like I say, if I wasn't in it, I couldn't get to have a nose around like last night, going, ooh, matron. Yes. Hi, Jack. Tear yourself away from listing 2 billion items and let me know what your thoughts are on a reseller conference. What would you want it to offer? Let me know. Kath, let me know your thoughts as well. Follow the money, and whoever is making out of it is the one to ignore from now on. Oh, they'll probably still be all right. They'll be all right, all of them. There is a certain point when you need to decide what you want to be, a reseller or a YouTuber. Yes, that's very true. I'd love to be a YouTuber, a retuber, or a useller. I would love to be a YouTuber. But, making 3 videos a week and having 20,000 subs, watching them all. but it's not very likely. It could happen, but it's not very likely. I'm a bit boring. I'm a bit too blunt and honest, and I don't put enough work into it. Although I do like reselling, so I do a lot of that. So, very true, very true. And I think there are people who are very honest about where they are on that seesaw. I think Nikki's very honest. Yeah. Advanced promotions is a massive waste of money for one-off listing. I don't know about that. Hi, Chris. What are your thoughts? You've always got an opinion. You're not backwards in coming forwards. Reseller conference. What would you want to get out of a reseller conference? And no cheeky answers. Turn themselves into Daily Refinement UK. Oh, yeah. So it's another can of worms. Well, a lot of people do find what's his name? Chris, is it? They find him useful. I certainly, I don't mind it because it makes you think about things, but I don't watch it religiously. It does seem to come across like some people cult sometimes. The cult of Chris. What's the business seller account concern? I have no idea. Hello, Ali. What are your thoughts on a resale? I'm going to keep doing this so everyone new comes in. Are we talking about the Chester meet? Oh, sorry, that's not a very good northern accent. No, it was. I think it was in Derby. It was. It's on Facebook. It's the latest massive thing, ructions in the reseller world, reverberations. I couldn't believe what most eBay rep was saying to Sophie. I'll have a look at that. The one I'm getting, the SB Reselled, I did know that was. That's who I thought it was, who I was sub to. It is Sarah Resells, I think. It would work if there was a lot bigger resellers. Yes, we've set that tick. Yeah, to improve efficiency and organization. Yes, learn to become efficient. Here's a good photography setup. He's a good example of a workspace. Little corner for that. It's all thoughts, isn't it? Here's a good day planner. Someone like Sparrow Farm, Mel Sparrow Farm. She's all into that sort of stuff. He's a good kind of time management system to get you going. Monday, half the day sourcing. Tuesday, list. But it's advice to the new reseller, I think. Wake up in the morning, list 5 a day. Which is what I should be doing, but I'm not because I'm enjoying the chat so much. Travel costs. Haggis. YouTube can change people. You've changed. I'm sure it can. I'll tell you what, if I earned millions on YouTube, it would change me. You wouldn't see me for dust. Aaron, good to see you. Late in, are they actually considering charging £50 to hear from Chatty Pete and ABL to hear? Well, the poster was leaked. That's what it says on there. So yeah, it's all interesting. Pete, you're respectful, but some people's names I won't call because they've all been mentioned. We're all adults. Why not be grown? Speak to them directly. Everyone who's questions, who's asked. Am I missing something? Is that Pete? You're respectful, but some people's names I won't call. That's probably because I said don't mention their names. Yeah. It's everyone can make their own mind up. I don't mean to sort of say anything bad about you. Saying it's very useful. You sort of given the facts, Richard. So yeah. Josh is the one you would take advice off. Also, Luxury Pickers. Luxury Pickers is I don't think I watch them a lot actually, so I'll have to check them out. Yeah, well, I'll get a few views. Morning. Neil, what are your reseller conference? Let me know your thoughts. A useller. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm interested to see what extra information we could learn that we aren't given for free. Yeah, that's been brought up as well. Yeah. I think it would have to be a big reseller, because I'm not going to go someone who says, oh, here's how you can earn 10 grand a month turnover. It doesn't interest me, because, I know how that can be done. And, I'm looking at the names on there. I can't see a huge reseller, but there you go. I left that reselling Facebook group a couple of years ago because it's absolute poison. It is a little bit, isn't it? But, I think as long as you don't get dragged in on the comments and can just, skim over it with an eyeball and go, it's not too bad. But I had to rejoin last night. They drew you in. Rosie, totally agree. Shelf's really buying and selling. Yeah, everyone seems to have left a couple of years ago. What happened a couple of years ago? I've got no idea. I probably wasn't even looking at it. I find you at least mildly entertaining. Well, thank you, Peter. Check us in the post. Right, that's what we're here. That's why we're here. The bluntness, the honesty, the mild, passive aggressiveness. Shut up, Neil. Right. It would be better to invite people from YouTube. Yes. Get local supply. I've mentioned this. Local suppliers. PayPal was another suggestion that was put in my ear hole. Get someone from eBay in. What a good idea. TikTok, Instagram. Leanne, you're a genius. You should charge £50 for this. Jack's in the Daily Refinement Group. It's £35 a month, but you get a wealth of knowledge. Yeah, I mean, I'm not in the Daily Refinement Group, but I do know people find it useful. I'm always curious about what is it that they're getting. But then again, I'm quite happy where I am, to be honest. Focusing on my little sales, my bit of turnover that I earn, get a little bit better every day. I don't want to earn millions of pounds, but some people do. Why do it online? Why not do it online? Oh, why do it online when people can meet face to face? Some people's thought process is very small. Nothing new. Yeah. I didn't think I would get a lot from the daily group. Oh, this is interesting, but I'm surprised at how much I've yet to learn, even though it's a US group. Has it affected a change that you really wanted to see but you were unable to achieve? So, I mean, you're doing pretty well anyway, but, were you thinking, I seem to be banging my head on this ceiling of turnover or whatever. I don't seem to be able to, or is it just a kind of a G up group of, come on, make sure you list 40 a day and you only take 2 minutes listing? Was there a light bulb moment where you're like, oh yeah, I wouldn't, it's interesting. Morning. Here we are, conference. If you need a conference, you should not be in your own business. Load of horse droppings. Yeah, it did kind of remind me of jollies at work. And I never really liked those, to be honest. I always wanted to just get on with my work, unlike this morning. Hi, Mark. Yes, reseller conference. What would you want from a reseller conference? Would you want a nice reseller conference with all the big YouTubers? Would you prefer to go down to Curry House with a few of the local resellers and have a couple of pints of Target beer? Let me know. Oh, I haven't seen that, so that's one I can't really comment on. Where's the Draft 5 live stuff? Well, we've had all the comedy, I think. We've had all the comedy. I'm on topic. Like I say, I am relevant for about an hour. I haven't been relevant for 6 years. And I will go and list something. I have got some stuff. And then I'm going to try and get back to fixing my DS. SB reselling is only a part-time reselling. And she has, just over 400 subscribers. So she wasn't going to talk at the conference. I'm getting her mixed up with Sarah Resells, I think. Yeah, Sophie, yeah. That's they were advising her to have a business account. I don't think you need to do that, do you? You need to declare it on your tax form. Tax, by the way, so I've been doing, finalising mine. I discovered I use the report, the activity reports on eBay. And on April, this might be useful to some people, April and May 21, the activity report didn't cover the shop fee. It wasn't on there. Has anyone else found this? And I was like, oh, hang on a minute, that's like 160 quid of expense that it just isn't around. And I've been going over and over it. Very strange, very strange. Shell, watch the video. Efficiency just isn't just for the news seller. Like, I'm working on shaving my listings down to a maximum of 2 minutes. Yeah, he's very big on that. He's very big on that. And also, sometimes when you first hear it, yeah, you should be able to do these listings in 2 minutes. You're like, are you kidding me? Take me an hour to even start one. But it depends on what you listen. For you, Jack, you know, with your media, you know, the amounts you get in, I can see where that would be useful. And obviously with packing, you know, Chris used to do a lot of shoes and clothes. So it'd be like, it should be like boom, boom, boom. And I imagine it is pretty much like that for you. So I can see why you would get something out of it. I came late. I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, it skips. It's because Lee the Cola Flippers come in and made it skippity doodah. Right. Husty, if you're that confident, then auction the tickets off. Oh, Gary. Got your big spoon out there. Too indulgent. Yorkshire. I was on. I've got a gripe about a reseller in Yorkshire. I'm not going to bring it up here. The problem is when they promote certain vintage clothing bundles, they tell the flock how amazing it is. Oh, well, that's just, you know, I take that as, some people will do it as genuinely. I know Cooking at Hayden's, he's got big bundles before. But some people will obviously get a deal, and I mean, it's pretty obvious that they get better stuff because, you know, some vintage clothing company wants a load of people. I mean, you've seen it. You know, someone does a bundle. Oh, yeah, this is worth 60 quid. This is, and then the sheep follow, and they go, oh, I've spent 200 quid and I've got a load of tat. You know, it's true. It happens. Unfortunately, it does happen. Why pick on Yorkshire? Big reseller. Are you calling me fat? All these comments. Buy it low, sell it high. You owe me a quid. Thanks, Pete. You are my guru. Nick and Andrew give out plenty of free information and the wealth of information on their channel. I mean, I was a sponge in 2016, and it was Nick and Andrew. It was Tom the Picker. It was Fake Rachel. It was Z. You know, watch a bit of Global. What was his name? Global Voodoo in America. Voodoo. You know, and I was watching a bit of Pete with the shop. I forget what his name is. With the parrot. You know, watching a bit of him yesterday. It's great. He's parrot pooed at the end of the video. It's brilliant. Someone bought in a fruit machine that he paid $2,500 for and it doesn't work. Hello, Lee. Are you having your cup of Earl Grey? Few years on YouTube and you're a guru. Yeah. I'm a guru, you know. I'm not telling you what I'm a guru of. Don't you know? I'm sure the intentions are good. I'm sure the intentions mostly are good. I can't help think that there was. I mean, that surely when they were planning it, someone must have gone £50. It's a bit, And like I say, I think it would have been a good idea to canvass opinion and maybe take provincial bookings before and organise. Organise some really good, useful thing to resellers, not just like that YouTuber. But there we go. Isn't it, Jack? Isn't it? Yeah, I know James Boldfinds is in there. Finds it useful. I'd love to just pick, I don't know, I'd like to pick your brains really as to what it is. Haggis Lover, Daily Refinement is actually good. Yeah, well, I know, some people really get irked by that as well. Like I say, I can kind of, I learned to just, ignore a lot of things and just get on with my own stuff. And Postman's been, as long as it's a little bit thought provoking. Chris obviously makes money out of it, but if you're paying, what was it, £35, whenever it is, and you do get the benefit, you're thinking, well, actually, I'm because of what I'm doing, I'm actually earning another £200 a month or whatever it is. Yeah, it's interesting. You can't really sort of say to anyone you shouldn't do that because people can do whatever they want, as you all know. If you know nothing, yeah, well, any information is more useful if you know absolutely diddly squat. Right, lots of hellos. I like his weekly streams. Good. Oh, what's kicking off now? Oh, Lee, rewind and put it on double speed. Reseller conference. It'd be interesting to know what you want from a reseller conference. And I know you're an office worker. I don't know what you work in actually, but would you just think, oh God, it's just like work? That's kind of what I think. This is like proper office work. Ooh, sends a shiver down my spine. A little bit sick in the back of my throat. Curry house and beer. Right, am I miles behind? So when are we doing this curry and lager beer? Larger beer. Anytime, I think it'd be a good idea. Yeah, me, you, Mark, and maybe Luke and Lee. As long as it's in Carshalton. Well, get down Carshalton, Blue Bengal. That's what I'm looking at. There is 7-figure resellers in the group. Yeah. And of course, it's if you want to be there, it would be very, very useful. And I imagine you're quite keen on, the dedication you've shown. You'd want to be there. Shelly Belly, Chris and Tech. Tech, I think, is one of the big resellers in that group. Even admit there's only so much they can tell you. At the end of the day, it is down to yourself. It's very true. Tea Cakes Dave is in. Mrs. Tea Cakes. Right, I better. I've got 10 minutes left. I'm not going to list anything. I'm happy doing my own thing. While I appreciate some people may like the motivation that the refinement group, I think it offers that, and it offers a lot of process advice. I burn too much time watching this quality content. So I think, classic examples would be Jack and Mel from Back from Burnout. They will get in huge quantities of stock that is the same, be it like gaming or books. And it's like, okay, well, what's the quickest way to process this? That's where Chris would be useful. Just get on and do it. Everyone is welcome to the Square Bottle in Chester if you'd rather have a meetup. Cost 1 drink. Okay, gotcha. Who is the orchestrator? I think, to be honest, when I first saw it, I thought it was George Ross because he's in the centre of the picture, but I think it's Chaddy Pete. But I can't tell you for sure, so don't take my word for it. Talking of tax, high five to my first full year of full time. Well done. Well done, James. Hope you've done well. You buying a Tesla? Beer and canapes. Yeah, that was my first thought. A little bit of free food. Well done. Yes, dyslexia. I think I might get an accountant next year. Anyone got any questions? Free answers for 5 minutes. Go. Are you charging? Let me know. They ask you to use the link below the video for a reason. Affiliate. Okay. I don't know what that's about, whether it's about the conference or whatever. Craigslist Hunter. Yes. Brilliant. Love him. Love him. Craigslist. I remember when I first saw that. What's a Craigslist? You think it's like a Craigslist was like your old Loot, I think. I think it was like that. Hope you God. Get religious on me. Nick and Andrew's channel got me into reselling, and I learned a lot from them in the early days. Yeah. Really, now I just watch it. I like watching honesty in reselling. Yeah, you can't beat that. Scavenger Life podcast was amazing back in the day. I think it's available free on their website or for a fee. They've gone off to run a coffee shop. Oh, interesting. Quick, who get rich quick books. Yeah. Always got to be there are people, and a lot of them are the Amazon advice groups. Do you know what? One of the things that really winds me up when I see people, I'm not going to mention any names, but when they say, well, I earned my first million doing this, and they just subtly like glide over the fact that they've said that. And I just think, oh, bull, absolute bull. You had to get that in there, didn't you? Stop buying bloody rubbish. This is a little bit like having only me in the chat. Do you remember Harry Enfield? You don't want to do that. You boot ales. Well, yeah, learn to spell, and I might. I'll have a Guinness. No, it's still done. Oh no, it isn't. This is what I'm on these days. 0% Guinness. It tastes exactly the same. It's absolutely fantastic. No, I like what I do. Yeah, I'm not going to list anything. I'll add that to the ales. Peter, there's a question for me. Did you get? Yes, of course. No. It's all free here on a Monday morning. Oh, Peter. How's the conference? Well, we've been talking all about it. I couldn't help myself. But yes, what's been good to hear is what people would actually want. That's some good thoughts. Name badges on lanyards. Yes. Spelt incorrectly. No, it doesn't got a G in it, you idiot. He's already done 100 listings, yeah. Excellent. Good stuff. 0.00001. Which Pete? There are many Petes. Peter Ray. I want to see him give his conference speech in the form of mine. That would be nice. A lot to be said about efficiency. If efficiency allows you to list for 4 a day, that is 20 a month. Yeah. He's got the sums. He's got the skills to pay the bills. You could have an event where everybody brings in their death piles. Tax swap. This has been touted. Yeah, like multicolored swap shop in a car park in Birmingham. Bring your tat. See if anybody wants some of your stuff. Swap it for something else. List 100 live with my 2-minute technique. Yeah, multi-listing. Get 100 grand turnover in 5 minutes. Go and buy a car for 100 grand and sell it on eBay for 100 grand. Or go and buy a car for 200 grand, sell it on eBay for 100 grand. 100 grand turnover. Magic. It's a kind of magic. Yes, indeed. Have I read that one? No, I read that one. Lee, stop your spamming your mathematics. Cola, quick mass flipper into house. Yeah, it's amazing. It's like a human, what do you call it, abacus. I've been in the group for many years. Yeah, Lee, I spotted you were in the group. And I thought, oh, I can have a chat with Lee about that. You love talking about reselling, don't you? And my business wouldn't be where it is today if it wasn't for the 24-hour Zoom room, which is worth it just for accountability. I tried, I did do it actually, listing streams where people just list. So you come on and like barely talk, but I kind of thought it was a bit boring. But I can see its appeal. This is why I did it, you know. But yes, 7-figure my arse, who turns over 10 million. Hi Nick, good to see you. Enjoyed your stream yesterday, and I hope you're recovering from all of that rabble. Well, you're not in Hitchin now. You're like in and out like nobody's business. Was it good to be back in Hitchin? I bet it was a bit strange. I was seeing all of those shots of people raiding the Hitchin charity shops. It must be like the locusts have gone through it whenever there's reseller meetups in Hitchin. Nick! So we've been talking all about, I put my neck on the line, been talking all about this conference and what people would want to get out of a conference if there was a reseller conference. I've had some thoughts on the reseller conference, obviously. But yeah. It's all been very interesting stuff. I haven't listed a single thing. List 5 Live, baloney, absolute baloney. But yeah, we've had some good chat. It'll be Nick, won't be Andrea. Oh, you never know though. You never know. 7-figure is 1 million, but you would be surprised. It is 1 million or 1 and 6 zeros, right? They're counting the numbers after the decimal point. They've just put in 6 zeros. Hello, Kieran. Good to see you. So he's been talking about, Kieran, been talking about conference. Obviously, your name was on the poster, but I see you're not doing it. And of course, all the proverbial caca has hit the fan a little bit. But we're just asking people what they would want to get out of it. If it did happen, how much they'd be willing to pay. It's been very interesting. Kieran's got some very interesting plans, so go to him to find those out. I'm not going to mention what they are, but they look quite exciting. Good to see you in, Kieran. Good to see everyone in. I have a coffee page. What is that? Is that a buy me a coffee? Talking of which, I really need a coffee now. 0% Guinness. Do you know what? It tastes exactly the same. And because, I don't drink these days. I can't remember last time I had a drink. But yeah. I know you've been talking about the conference. It's been in the background. You've been a lurker. You've been lurking. Before you hand-delivered, I wonder where this was going. Oh, a wall plug. Okay. I enjoy watching the Pixel Game Squad videos of their video games. All right. I don't know what on earth you're talking about. Yes, was that the brainchild of? It's the love child of Peter Ray, Andrew, Tom, and Derek. Yeah, it's a good idea. A good idea. See you later, Lee. I get chatty for the brands and also the knowledge from the luxury pickers. Yeah, I used to love seeing Chaddy's stuff on Insta. I haven't watched so much of his YouTube. When he first went on YouTube, I was obviously all over it, but I should get on there. What I saw, it was Andrew's idea, and you lot copied it, Peter. Plagiarism. Listing League Season 2. Well, I do try. Do you know what? I do try and do the occasional useful thing on here. But unfortunately, I thought Listing League was a great idea, but hardly anyone watched it, apart from the people who were taking part. I thought it would be a good watch for everyone else. I think I will do Season 2, but when the boot fair season starts up again. Yes, definitely. Oh, that's very funny. That is. That's very funny. That's very good. Thank you, Minamama Cusick 42. Not everybody wants to sell clothes over 7-figure. Horses for courses, indeed. It's Nick. She is watching. Sing hosannas. Andrea Hills is watching my channel. Yes. Oh, my work is done here. My work is done. Good to see you, Andrea. Right. I'm about to go into the over and out. I don't want to keep you all because you can have something like do something. You can be more daily refinement and be more efficient and actually do some listing. At the end of the day, we all want and need different things from our businesses and from the YouTubers. Indeed. 6 years ago, I was a sponge for Nick Hills. Now, I just want kind of, like I said, honesty, bit of entertainment. Trust, that's an important thing. You know, if trust goes. Local people, I like watching local people. So, you know, I've got my old favourites and then I dabble a bit and everyone will be different in what they do. So who are the 13 speakers? Go on the UK reseller group. I'm not going to spread the poster. I might end up being kneecapped. He's on the poster. Love Round Cold. He's the centerfold. I'm thinking of pulling out. Oh, you're off to America. I believe it's that week. Okay. Yeah, I don't know where it's going to go. I mean, maybe they're still going to head. Watch his space, really. Watch his space. Local people for local things. Are you local? You'll never leave. I'll save you all 50 quid. Google it. And if you can't Google it, that fails. And someone has only been doing it for a few years and won't know what to do. Very true. I'm not in the group. Join. Don't think I want to be. So you are my only hope. All right then, Shell. I might do. I don't want to get in trouble. You could get me in a lot of trouble. We don't want that. Right, everyone, have a brilliant Monday. I'm absolutely freezing. I'm going to fiddle around with this DS Lite for a little bit more, but then I might take the option that the lady is okay to cancel. Oh, such a pain. I will hopefully put out my video, which I did about 15 days ago, because I started it on the 1st of January, and that's all about returns. But have a brilliant day, everyone. Thanks for all your honest comments. Appreciate it a lot. Click the thumbs up, please. God, for the love of God, and leave a comment and subscribe if you're not subscribed. No, not that I'm desperate. Take care. I'll see you soon. Take it easy.